What's up? How are you doing? Good, how are you? Champs in the house. Let's go, baby. What? 30 seconds. What a beautiful left hook. I like the way you prepared before, just like that, Mike. Just one. Exactly. How can I touch you? Explode body shots. Beautiful. He can find you. He cannot find you. There he is. Just like that. Beautiful. Eyes on him. You hunt him with your arm. Beautiful cross. 15 seconds. Good. Oh, yeah. Beautiful combination, Mike. You had after your last one.
Tyson's workout clips don't feel like a trip down memory lane. They look like a full-on heavyweight force being put back together right in front of your eyes.
Now you're good. You got it. I want this shit. Got a box.
Stay hydrated. You gotta stay hydrated. You gotta stay hydrated.
I'm box more around. You got a box around.
You're down on Friday. Say you should Friday, man.
Huh?
You know you can do things else like that. You know you can. You know you can.
I need boxes. That's my thing. You know, so that's cool for your head. I need boxes, and that's what I gotta do. I gotta box. Warn them off.
Best guy in the world you want to be on Friday.
The build, the raw power, the way those combos land sharp under Rafael Cordero's eye. It carries that same hunt and finish feeling that used to send fear through a fighter the moment the round started.
Today was the day he's supposed to rest, and then they call all of us to come here because he decided to train. My opinion was the best decision. This is the way Mike handled the things. So what? You on the move? Move up.
Fight! Mike! By yourself, Jan. Mike, this is amazing. Roll three! Puta que pariu! Excelente, Mike. Excelente. We're good, Mike. Excellent practice. Smoke that joint they go to jail. Here we are. Yeah, you know? Here we are.
He's devastating.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The level of the game invents itself. People that participated add to it.
Sport shapes itself through the people who show up in it. Floyd may own the flawless record and the defensive mastermind reputation, but Mike carries 44 knockouts behind him, and that alone is a mental weight nobody in that ring can brush off, because that kind of finishing power doesn't just live in the fists. It gets inside your head long before the first punch is ever thrown.
Distance. Nice distance.
Nice one, Mike. Nice one, Mike. Nice one, Mike. More, Mike.
You're up in the air. Beautiful.
contrast alone feels like something out of a movie. Floyd, the calculated mover, the man who controls a fight through sharpness and positioning, against Tyson, the pressure machine who lives for cutting space and landing short, devastating shots. And this is where things get really interesting. Cordero's involvement isn't about putting on a display. It's about structure and focused aggression, and at Mike's stage in life, that translates less into throwing, more and more into throwing at exactly the right moment with complete purpose.
Mike's just different. I've worked with some very exceptional athletes throughout my life, and they're all remarkable in their own way, but Mike's just a whole different animal.
What we doing?
Do one more set. Let's get 12 reps. It's the heaviest we've gone on this. So just focus on perfect form for 12 reps.
233 today, contact for 230.
12 is all we need.
I'm over the 225, 228.
Lean mean.
Big
Lean
chest.
mean.
1, there we go. 2, 3, 4, good work. 8, 4 more. 9, 10, 2 more, Mike. 11 and 12.
Easy
work.
Love it. Easy.
First time we've done that.
It was easy.
Yeah, it was.
People will sure, plenty of people will cry money grab, but serious camps don't operate with this kind of intensity just for a relaxed exhibition payday. When fighters at this level train with this much focus, pride starts doing the talking over promotion. At that point, it stops being about the check. It becomes about who you are, what you left behind, and the very real possibility that one clean right hand from a locked-in Tyson could still flip the entire story on its head in a single moment.
Sit down. Oh, shit. Oh, Here.
Are you ready?
I know also.
Here.
That overwhelming Tyson training energy we just laid out suddenly collides head-on with Evander Holyfield's cool, almost low-key response. And honestly, that gap between the two is worth sitting with, because Holyfield isn't out here beating his chest. He's calmly pointing at the thing everyone else is dancing around, the size. When Evander casually drops, it's kind of different size-wise, I'm immediately thinking. That's honestly the most polite way anyone could describe a heavyweight knockout artist sharing a conversation with a defensive welterweight genius. No drama, no exaggeration. He just brings it back to ground level. Tyson is the naturally bigger man. And in the physics of boxing, mass combined with that kind of power creates tension that doesn't care what decade you're talking about.
Greatest of all time, Evander Holyfield. Mike Tyson announced he's fighting Floyd Mayweather in 2026. What do you think of that fight overall?
Well, kind of different, the size-wise. Tyson heavyweight, and I think welterweight.
Right.
So it's.
Is it a real fight? Do you think? You think fans should take it serious? Is it a real fight, Mayweather Tyson?
I couldn't think it was real. Because the fact of the matter, he's a lot bigger than the guy, so it's weight makes a difference.
What really grabs me is when he starts questioning whether this even holds up as a genuine competitive fight. Because that one thought quietly pulls the whole conversation away from spectacle territory and into the space of actual legitimacy. It's almost like Holyfield is breaking this down as a fighter processing a matchup, not someone caught up in the headline excitement. At the same time, his tone never completely shuts the door on the intrigue. He acknowledges the mismatch dynamic while still giving full respect to the names attached to it. And that's where it starts getting layered. You've got Tyson's relentless pressure identity, Floyd's survival mastery, and now a legend like Holyfield framing the whole thing through pure size logic rather than emotion. No performance, no theatrics, just lived experience doing the talking. But here's the thought that keeps bumping around in my head. Skill can absolutely cancel out size, but size only needs a single moment to become the most important thing in the room. So when Holyfield keeps it straightforward, he's actually delivering a truth that hits at heavyweight level, just wrapped in the most composed delivery possible.
Hold up, are you saying you got Tyson?
I got Tyson.
You got Tyson over Mayweather. That's huge. Well, I just got Floyd because he's younger, 10 years younger, fast, elusive.
Yeah, but I hear bigger punches, man. You're gonna get toe up.
Really?
Well, of course.
So if Tyson lands on Floyd, Floyd's going down?
Yeah.
So when he fought Jake Paul, some fans, they weren't too impressed with Tyson's performance versus Jake Paul. Do you think he'll have a better one versus Floyd?
I just think if they compete, you're gonna get.
Holyfield's grounded size-based read on heavyweight reality versus smaller technical brilliance gets completely turned on its head. The second Ariel starts sounding genuinely uncertain that this fight is even happening, and that shift hits different, because now the conversation isn't about styles clashing, it's about whether any of this is actually real. Ariel flat out saying he looked at the announcement and his first thought was that he didn't believe it was legitimate instantly drops a layer of doubt into a story that was purely riding spectacle energy up to that point. And I'm sitting here thinking, that's not a fan reacting, that's a reporter's instinct switching on. Then he starts pulling at the loose threads. The promoter confusion, the missing details. No date locked in, no venue confirmed, no real structure around any of it. And just like that, the whole massive event atmosphere starts feeling less like a done deal and more like someone floating an idea out in public just to see how people respond.
I don't think it happens.
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero, after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul, I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson do that again. I think if this match was made on the heels of Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr., I think this would be blockbuster. I think people would be falling over themselves to consume this. After the Jake Paul version of Mike Tyson, I don't think anybody's going to be interested.
Tyson will be close to 60 by the time this happens.
And Mayweather has been out of the spotlight for a lot longer now.
Yeah.
But what really crashes into everything we've heard before is Ariel pointing straight at Tyson's last performance when questioning whether the public is actually hungry for this. And that lands in the same space as Porter's concerns about timing and Wade's feelings about spectacle fatigue, just delivered in a sharper, more industry-level voice. He's not taking shots at legends. He's asking whether the demand can actually hold up. Then the panel casually throwing out the question of what the appeal even is at this point hits harder than any loud opinion ever could, because it forces the comparison nobody wants to sit with directly. The Roy Jones nostalgia worked. The Jake Paul curiosity worked. But Floyd against a Tyson pushing 60, that's a completely different emotional calculation altogether.
So even if it does happen, it's just like, who really cares?
Yeah.
Like, it's not them at their highest level. It's an exhibition. Everybody will clown on it when it eventually does happen.
Tyson Jones?
There is a way that exhibitions can be fun. Tyson versus Roy Jones was actually like the best version of that, right? An exhibition that I thought was exciting, delivered for the fans, but also that was so long ago for Mike Tyson. The version that we saw against
early 50s.
Yeah, the version that we saw against Jake Paul just can't
Against
do it
the
anymore.
guy around his size too. Floyd Mayweather is not that.
Roy's pretty small, but
So
no, not as small as Floyd though.
Yeah, Roy fought at heavyweight at one time.
Yeah.
That whole Ariel-style skepticism about whether this fight is even real suddenly gets body slammed by Frank Smith, casually tossing out a Tyson first-round knockout by controversial decision like he's placing a lunch order. And honestly, I can't even be mad at the confidence, because that's promoter energy and spectacle instinct wrapped into a single sentence. which quietly admits to the exhibition strangeness Porter hinted at and the uncertainty Ariel was circling around. That's not really a prediction, that's someone already writing the story before the fight happens. I'm also picking up on how effortlessly he throws out that heavyweight fights always carry risk, and that accidentally fuels the Tyson narrative all on its own. Because the moment a naturally bigger puncher is in the equation, the whole risk calculation shifts immediately.
He's a brilliant fighter, but he obviously needs to apply himself in the sport to get the best out of it. And you know, it wasn't professional coming in overweight, and I think he's got to look at how he approaches his return to the ring. You know, because boxing isn't a sport where you can cut corners. And I'm not saying he did, but you know, the weight it doesn't help him in these kind of nights. But a great fight, and respect to both of them for that.
So after all of it, the training footage, Hollifield's size logic, Ariel's doubt, and Frank Smith casually calling first round chaos like he's reading tomorrow's forecast. We're left standing in this strange boxing contradiction where logic says this matchup makes no sense, but legacy says you're watching it anyway. One moment we're breaking down Sparring sharpness and Cordero's disciplined approach. The next, we're not even sure the fight sees a date, and somehow both of those conversations feel completely fair at the same time. Tyson's presence alone screams danger. Floyd's ring intelligence screams survival. And the business side just quietly whispers mega event, regardless of age, weight class, or how realistic any of it actually is. That's the real crash happening here. Not just two legends sharing a ring, but myth going up against mechanics, nostalgia bumping into practicality, spectacle pulling against competitive purity. All of it arguing at full volume before a single bell has rung. And be honest about it, fans talk like analysts when the cameras are rolling, then flip into pure spectators the second those iconic names land on a poster. That's just boxing psychology doing what it always does. You question it, you pull it apart, you go back and forth on it, and then you still show up to watch. Because legacy gravity has never once lost.
Mike Roy was super interesting. It was in the, very kind of early stages of the pandemic.
Yeah.
8 months in, but we were still kind of dark and depressed at that point. And like Tyson hadn't fought, it was nostalgic, it was Roy. Okay, so I got the appeal. I got the appeal of Jake because he was so much younger and he's, a novice compared to Tyson. I don't know. Okay, now what's the appeal here?
Now I want to hear what you actually think. Does Tyson's raw power and natural size create genuine danger in that ring? Or does Floyd's defensive brilliance turn this into a tactical showcase rather than anything close to chaos? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's really get into it. And hey, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. See you in the next one. What if I told you Tyson's power could end Floyd before the first bell even rings? Legends are whispering, analysts are frozen, and the boxing world is about to witness a paradigm shift like never before. From nostalgic knockouts to modern-day strategy, every punch could rewrite history, and no one is prepared for it. You think you know who will dominate. Think again, because every move, every counter will defy everything you've seen. And when the first explosive clash hits, one fighter's secret will be exposed. A secret so devastating it could shatter the leg. This video is created strictly for informational and educational purposes, to keep the boxing audience updated about discussions, opinions, and public commentary related to the sport. The content used in this video may include short clips, commentary, and references from publicly available sources. These materials are used under the principles of fair use for purposes such as commentary, criticism, reporting, and educational discussion in accordance with YouTube policy. We have transformed and added significant commentary, context, and explanation to make the content more unique, informative, and valuable for viewers. In order to enhance storytelling, analysis, and presentation quality, AI tools were also used in the production process. All original rights and credits belong to their respective owners. If any content owner has concerns regarding the material used in this video, please contact us for review and appropriate